It is May 30, 2024, and it have happened some things, and I have told you that I recording only when something happened that changed my life in good or bad. And so I have had 1 week. I have had, I told you about this measurement, Libre 3, a sensor to measure my blood sugar. And I was to the diabetes nurse today, and she think that the error I had in my body is about me eating sugar, and I don't eat sugar at all. I have as much as I can, at least. Sometimes I eat bread that have sugar, but not very much. And she said my blood sugar was too high the whole time. It was seldom it was very going to normal figures, normal, and that normal was when I have not eaten since 6 o'clock in the evening, and then I eat about 9 o'clock in the morning, and of course it's starving time I do, and there it have been close to be a normal blood sugar, but only that I take my medicine in the morning, it's going up. It's like as soon as I move my body, it starts to go up. And I can't lay still the whole day, and I must eat. So it's going up. And she didn't want to give me one more equipment for to measure my blood sugar. And I'm glad for that, because I told her, what can I do to lower the blood sugar? I have done everything I can do. I can't starving. I must eat something. And so I think mostly today that she gave up on me. And I think that she think I lie for her. But I'd be surprised when I wrote a note of what I eat and when I eat. And it's very little I eat in the daytime. I was surprised by myself because I have not make notes about it. And so this night I was up at 2 o'clock in the night, and then I saw that my blood sugar have not going down. And so I took extra insulin injection, and she didn't like that. She said it's a long-lasting insulin, and you can't take it as soon as it's showing that it's very high blood sugar. And but I needed to do that because I'd be scared that it was so very high in the night. And so now I have insulin to take, but I don't need to measure. It was I know it's not that error that I have in my body. And yesterday I was to the X-ray to X-ray my brain, and it was only 5 minutes, and it's like a photography, a detail of the brain. And I asked the woman that did the X-ray if how many different X-ray is it they can take on the brain, I say. And she say 4 X-ray. So I am on my first X-ray. But this time I was not frightened because it was not to be in like a tunnel. It was only a ring I was in. And so it's different from X-ray to X-ray. And I don't know when I get this scaring X-ray and to lay in a whole tunnel. And last time I had a mask on my face when I did for the ears. And so I took the nerve medicine that I got for the first X-ray. And had I knew it was only a short time and not being in a tunnel, then I didn't need to eat so much nerve pills. But as soon as I did yesterday, then I didn't eat it anymore. So I'm not worried about to take nerve medicine because I only do it temporary. And so I will say I wait for them to tell my doctor how the X-ray tell what's going on in my brain. Or else I hope that he take me to those other X-ray if it doesn't show. This first one doesn't show on anything. And I hope he try to find it, what's wrong. And then something new happened also, that it's have changed it have changed in, what can I say, in a spirit way, because the taxi driver that drove me home, the first one that drove me to the nurse, I know him. I have going with him many times, and he don't want to talk, so I didn't do that. But the one that come and get me and drive me home, he wanted to talk, and he was Swedish, and I told him about the spirit world, the afterlife, and I told him about my. I started to. When I talking to him, I started to talk that I have got, and that I have not told you about, but I have got paper on that I can only travel with those low cars, and I can't go up in those big cars they have, mostly for those that is in a wheelchair to drive them, and I can't because it's like steps to go up on those kind of vans. And so now I have, from the 1st July, I have ordinary small, more like a sport car go, and I always sit in the front of the car, because those new cars, they are like thick in the back, so I can't come in with my legs in the back seat, so I always sit in the front, and that is very nice also. And I talked to him then this, and I say now I can drive around in our area, and I go where my ancestors have lived, and they have, all of them have lived in castles, mansions, and I want to go there this summer. But those castles and mansions, it's seldom they have an elevator, I told him. So I can only visit the parks and look on the outside. I can't walk in, as I can't walk in the stairs, I told him. And then he started to ask me if I believe in the afterlife. That I say, do you believe that it's only black? When you die, it's be only black and nothing more. I say, what is this life about when there is no afterlife? How we waste life here on earth. And if we believe there is only black and nothing more, then, and this short life we have here on earth, it's very meaningless that we have this life when it's very short. And for many is it very short. People don't live the whole life that they can live. About 120 years is it what the Bible is talking about. But I have ancestors, my father's aunts, they lived until they were 105, 104 years old. So they lived a long life, but that is, you that is a little older, you know how fast the years are going. And what did we do here on earth? Many people have not done very much. They have giving birth. They have married and giving birth. But they have not developed the knowledge that they need to have. And what's the meaning of here on earth is to be wise, to understand what life is about. I told the taxi driver when we're standing at my door, and he was like paralyzed. He was only looking at me, and I said, I can open the door on my own and go walk in, I say. And then he suddenly wake up, and he say to me that I hope I get to drive you more time, because I want to hear more, he say, about afterlife. He is the first one that really is thinking about what I told him. But the sad thing was that he had to drive and take up another person also. And when he did that, I didn't want to talk about this with the afterlife, because she was sitting there in the back seat. And so I'd be surprised, because I had forgotten after a while that we were talking about afterlife. And I'd be so surprised when he said that. He was hoping that could come and drive me more times, he say to me. And he is the first one that have really wanted to hear more. So it have changed. As you know that I was talking about to prayer, to do the prayer in another way. And it have changed very much things. Because the prayer was to tell that those that have hurt us, those that have make us, like me, the driver that drive over me, my body, that he will come one day in a spirit way to clean up what mess he did in my body in that way. I tell you that why I pray in that way, that those evil people that have caused problem for us, that they will come back to repair what they have done. And why I say that is because I give them one more chance to reach heaven, instead to this person have done evil things to me, and I let it go and try to recovering from it. But instead I give him she a chance to do it, repair, and in that way repair her relationship with God, that he or she did wrong things, and in that way ask God for forgiveness, because they are coming back in the spirit or in a physical way to come back to repair. And that's the way you should do it if you have done bad things to a person, that you are coming back and tell that you repent, that you have done wrong things. But now I want to do the right things. I want to repair for what I have done. And in that way, you also repair your way up to heaven. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to know that. And since I pray that prayer, have it changed? I told you that the doctor asked me for forgiveness because he let me not get my medicine. And my daughter come back. She want to come tomorrow to me, and she was here in Mother's Day, so she want to be here with me now. And when she is here, I tell her, and when it were Mother's Day, it took 1 hour about to go to the store, to the supermarket, to the mall. And I told her about how it was to travel to Israel the first time I was in Israel, because she knew that pastor that was leading us in Israel. And next time I will tell her about how it was the second time I was in Israel, and then the third time, and then the last time, the fourth time. I will tell her so she understand. It's her church. They have problem, like many churches today have problems, that people be tired of the church, that their life doesn't change. They they can talk about the same thing over and over and over, and singing the same songs over and over, and then they going home and everything is the same. Nothing changed. And those people today, they don't accept that. The church is not like they were in the past. And people are not the same as it was in the past. And they want to know new things, old things, but new things. Not only telling what the pastor know about, they preaching about what they know. And those other, that Old Testament, they don't want to preach in Old Testament because they don't understand the Old Testament. They want only to preach in the New Testament because it's easier to understand. So, and people don't want to hear the same thing the whole time. And then also feel that prayer they are teach in the church, those prayers doesn't help them. Life is very bad for many people, and they know that they are not bad people, but the prayer doesn't reach anything. It's empty words in that prayer. So that's why they're leaving. And my daughter's church, many, maybe half of the people that was before, for 5 years ago, they are not there anymore. They left the church. And they are not going to other churches. They only don't want to go to the church. And the church doesn't get their money. And the meaning is that you should only pay tithes. You should only give the church money if there is things that you hear in the preaching that touch your heart. That's something kicking in that change your way of thinking, change how you have it at home, change your life. You don't need to pay if it doesn't do that. If you don't feel that something have healed you, you should not need to pay, even if the pastor is saying that, because the church is there for you to get this kick in your heart. It's not about to go to the club and have a wild dance together with other people that have taken drugs and dance because they are full of drugs. The church is a gathering place where you should find the truth, not something illusion. The truth should you find, and you should feel when you going home, when you drive home, that you are filled with more knowledge, filled with more love inside you. And when it's really done, you don't want people around you. You want to go into a room on your own for some hours to let it sink into your body. That's how a church should be. And I hope I give you that when you listen at me, and that you feel this is kind of hope inside you. There is a spirit coming and touch me now. So I will see what the spirit will tell. It can be he or she. A spirit have no gender. And so those spirits can be either a woman or a man. And come in. Now is coming in something in my body. It's he hold his hand up like be blessed, be not worried. The time we live in just now, it's a time of confusion. It's a time where it's much lies. It's very much time of thieves. It's full of war going on. But be in peace. He's saying that to you. He's he wants to say something to someone that listen, and it's a M. The name is M, like Monica, Martin. It can be either a woman or a man he is talking to or she is talking to. And he say that to you, that you should not dig yourself down in the ground. He's saying that your thinking is about negative things, and you need to change your way of thinking to be positive. He say, this is a time of the devil that make everything look negative. But we, in our mind, should look at it positive, because there is only a time that can be like this. We live in the last days, and it's not going forever, because the last day will come, and nothing is dark. Nothing lives in the dark. There is only one way to live, and that is to live in the light. So you understand that he's talking about to live is to live in the light. To live is to train your mindset to look at life positive. That is how to live. That's what he said to you. It's you can't go and dig you down. Then it's coming someone that want to join them in suicide or taking drugs, and it's easy for you to take that wrong step if you are not prepared. And to be prepared is to think positive on everything. Oh, that's war is going on in the world. There's starving children, but that's a time. That is the last days, and it will never last forever. So you need to think in that way. The light you will going into, that lasts forever. You don't want to live in the darkness. You will live in the light. So thank you for listening, and God bless you all.